Good morning, children. How are you all? You all are fine at your homes? Good. So, now, today we are going to discuss on the topic that is food poisoning. What is food poisoning? Food poisoning is the intake of the food which is spoiled, which is not good for eating. When we intake that food, it creates some reactions in our body that results in vomiting or serious illness and sometimes even death. So, what makes the food poisonous? What happens sometimes the food when it is being kept openly or when it is being kept in a for a longer duration of time, and because of that longer duration of time given to the cooked or the packed food to be uh, put in our kitchen like that only, when it happens that some microorganisms grow on the food, and that the microorganisms that grow on the food material, that microorganisms which grown on the food, they create some toxic substances, they make the food toxic, and that toxic substances are not good for the human body or the animals as well. And when we intake that spoiled food, that food which is not to be eaten up by us, we have the problem like vomiting, serious illness, and this is what the food poisoning is, correct? So now the question raises that what should we do to avoid food poisoning, what should we do to keep our food fresh? This is what we call the process of preservation. This is what we call the process of preservation. So today we will discuss upon the topic food preservation. So there are certain salts, there are certain chemicals, there are certain acids which are used to preserve the food. And these acids, these salts are called the preservatives. These are called the preservatives that helps our food to be used up for a long duration. That helps to check and control the growth of microorganisms that are responsible for the spoilage of the food. So these preservatives help the food to be taken under use by us for a long duration of time, correct? So there are certain methods through which we can preserve the food, and those methods are called food preserving methods. So today we will discuss on certain methods which are helpful for us for the preservation of our food. Hmm. So these are the first: by chemicals, by common salts, hmm, then by sugar, by oil and vinegar. These are the four methods. By chemicals, there are certain acids, there are certain salts, some chemical formulation is given to the food items to make them preserved, to make them prevented from the growth of the microorganisms which are harmful. And that those microorganisms which are responsible for the spoilage of the food. So the common chemicals or the salts which are used in the preservatives are which are used as the preservatives are sodium sodium metabisulfite, okay, and sodium benzoate. These are the common chemical formulations of the salts which are used for the preservation of food as the preservatives, correct? So the uh, jellies, jams, squashes, in these food items, these salts are used as the preservatives. Then common salt, the salt which is always available in our home, common salt, sodium chloride, NaCl. Common salt is used to preserve the fish, meat. The fish and meat are marinated by the good amount of common salt, and then they are kept for a certain duration of time without having the uh, development or the growth of the harmful microorganisms on fish or meat. So this is the process through which you can preserve the fish or meat. That is by the use of common salt and other chemicals like this. Some like raw mangoes, tamarinds, imli jo hota hai, then amla. These are the other food items which can be preserved by the formulation of common salt on them. Then by the use of sugar. Sugar reacts on the food and it controls the moisture content, and it controls the and check the growth and the development of the microorganisms which are harmful for the food items. So jelly, squashes, jams, sugar content is also used, that helps to uh, give the taste, as well as that helps to give the formulation for the preservation of the food items, correct? Now by oil and vinegar. Vinegar is a kind of syrup which is added to the pickles or the jams, or the meat and fish also, to preserve them for longer duration. Similarly, certain oils which are used to given into the um pickles and the and even also on the marination of the fish or the meat, to help them to help the food items to be preserved from the harmful microorganisms which are responsible for the spoilage process of the food. So these are the basic four methods which are used to prevent our food from the spoilage. Fifth is the by heat and cold treatment. The fifth method is by heat and cold treatment. What is the heat and cold treatment? Whenever you see, when your mother brings the milk, she uses to boil it first, before taking it into the use. She wants to, or she prefers to boil it first. So heating or boiling the milk helps to kill the harmful bacteria or the microorganisms, other microorganisms which are present in the milk, that can put the harmful component in the milk which is not good for human use. So boiling is the process through which the germs or the bacteria or the other microorganisms are killed. Similarly, the cooked food, when we keep the food into the refrigerator, the food can be used for 2 or 3 more days. In comparison, if the food is kept outside the refrigerator, it is not to be used after few hours, or 10 or 12 hours. So this is what the heat and cold treatment which is given to the food items, in spite of giving any preservation, any preservatives to the food items. When you are giving the heat or cold treatment to the items to preserve them from the growth of the harmful microorganisms in the food. So these are the five methods. Now we are going to discuss upon a certain different topic which is also related to the same preservation of food. You have also seen that the packet milk, the packed milk, which we bring from the market, सरस का आता है, अमूल का आता है ना. तो जो आप मार्केट से पैक्ड मिल्क लेकर आते हो, sometimes it is kept usually like that only in the kitchen, for 5, 6, 7 hours, and then it is being boiled or whatever, but वो खराब नहीं होता. Why? Because this packed milk is taken under the process of pasteurization. This milk is pasteurized. So the packed milk is taken under the process of pasteurization. So what is the process of pasteurization? Pasteurization is the process of heating the milk at the temperature of 70 degree. Heating the milk at the temperature of 70 degrees Celsius for the duration of 15 to 30 seconds. Heating of milk at the 70 degrees Celsius for the duration of 15 to 30 seconds, and then instantly chilling it up. Instantly इधर उसको हीट किया टेम्परेचर पे 30 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे, और उसी समय उसे इंस्टेंटली उसे चिल्ड कर दिया, एंड देन स्टोर्ड इट. This whole process is called pasteurization, and the scientist who discovered the process of fermentation, use of sugar to convert, use of yeast, to convert the sugar into alcohol, that is fermentation. The scientist who discovered the process of fermentation, same scientist, Louis Pasteur, same scientist, Louis Pasteur, discovered this process which is called pasteurization. So today we studied about the chemicals or the salts or the other methods through which the food can be preserved and can be used for the longer duration, and the food and the preservatives that can be used to keep the food away from the growth of microorganisms which are not good for the human or the animal beings. So this we read in this video, and the process of pasteurization. In the next video, we will discuss something more about the same chapter. Thank you so much.